It's exciting.
It's great to get recognized. I mean, there's an enormous team behind all of us that did all the work. That this is a great piece of recognition for everything that we did for 2 years and 5 years, going way back for some of us.
Same for you. It's worth noting this is not exactly why we started doing this. I mean, I don't think any of us imagined 2 years ago today that we would be doing this right now, but it is fun.
Speak for yourself.
I hope, right, exactly. I hope our teams, our very large teams who did a lot of work, understand that they earned this more than we did.
Yeah, they did the work.
I think the most important thing is that the internet is just a tool that drives an organization, and if internet is the point of what you're doing, you're probably not very purpose-driven.
That's right. It's the people.
Yeah. What they said.
It's pretty awing at times to realize the sort of stakes at play when you're doing things that, on a day-to-day basis or working with brands. Sometimes you sort of, don't realize where mistakes can cost, the world a path of change that could sort of alter the path of history.
Right.
A little bit different than what we do on a day-to-day basis.
You're actually giving me flashbacks to our horrible memory. Yeah, right. Sorry.
It's okay.
But I mean, I think for all of us, you lose sight of the scale of it when you're doing what you're doing, and the things that actually mean something to you day to day are the people you're able to help, the people whose lives you're touching, the members of your team you're able to sort of help along their careers and do good things for, and all that kind of stuff. And so, day to day when you're sitting in that office in Chicago, you're not thinking about the future of the world and these big things for the country. You're thinking about how you can try to do a good job and be a good person and all that stuff. And I think that's the most memorable experiences I had, and I'm sure the same applies to you two, are those where where we were true to that, where we were good to our coworkers, good to our volunteers, good to our supporters, and the fact that happened to have a positive impact, we think, for the world, is kind of a nice ancillary benefit.
Yeah.
It's always a moving target, so it's going to keep playing a massive role in sort of the constant convergence of media and technology, but exactly what it looks like in 2016, I'm not going to guess.
Well, it's also what Slavey said before, which is that it's the organization first, not the internet first. And oftentimes technologists like myself, we often think, oh, it's technology first. And that's wrong. It's always the people, the organization, the candidate that comes first, and we just build the foundation to support that.
Yeah. I think, though, that, it's obvious that what the internet's doing in every industry, not just politics, is, it's making ordinary people more powerful. It's giving them more tools, more ways to connect, more ways to affect the conversation, affect organizations. And so one way or another, whether that means good things for Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or whatever, that trend is obviously going to persist. And that's going to be a good thing for politics, I think, in 2016. The more power ordinary people have, the better off politics will be. And, individual companies will rise and fall, but clearly people are only going to be more and more empowered thanks to the internet and politics, and that's going to be a good thing.